All right. Hi, everyone. It's Frankie. I'm in a glamorous hotel room in Hollywood or wherever. Anyways, I'm here with the amazing, talented director, Rick Linklater. Richard. I'm being
Rick,
formal
family,
and informal. Rick's the director of Bad News Bears, which Sammi, our very own Sammi, starred in 2005. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know this is
good to see you.
It's great to see you. This is a really busy weekend for you, Oscar nominated and everything.
Oh well.
How's that feel?
Just going with the flow, you know.
Yeah.
It's always a tribute to the film everybody worked on, so you know. Awards are kind of, you know, in the arts you do it just to do it, right? But if, you know, someone wants to give you a compliment, I guess you just take it.
Yeah.
And say sure.
It's so great to have you here and to talk with me about some things in the past with Sam, and I mean, it's part of our story with what certainly. I became and the story of Funeral Musical, and also the shaping of Sammi and the kind of person she became. So I have some little things about that I'm curious about.
Sure.
So I don't know if you know, but I was an actor. I am an actor.
Yeah, I know that.
But I was really into it for a while. My sister was like not into it for a while.
I know.
And then all of a sudden, she gets this like...
She gets the part.
She gets the part.
The one who doesn't run it that much.
She got it.
That's how life kind of goes.
That's how it goes. So
you gotta not want things too bad.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I will listen to that.
The world comes to you.
Yeah.
If you kind of go, you know.
I'm waiting, sir. Anyways, so I just kind of want to hear anything you have.
That was kind of her quality from the very beginning. She was like,
I know.
you know, I'm looking for an authentic kid who can pitch. You know, I wanted a girl who could really throw. That was a plus. But just someone who seemed like a real kid. People who want too much, if they wear their ambition on their sleeve. I really like that quality about Sammi. She was just kind of like cool and kind of nonplussed, but really, you know, nice, but not desperate. You know.
Oh my God, this is so crazy to hear. Like,
you know,
so cool.
She's just kind of cool. Like the cool kid.
Well, yeah, I mean, she would come back from the auditions and be like, chill about it all.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, stop.
Like,
spill everything.
How is it going? Yeah. Like, pressure wasn't really in her makeup.
Like you were throwing a ball
even
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, no, she didn't. Even, I could tell that kind of athlete she was, you know, 3-2, bottom of the ninth, you know, whatever. She just, next pitch. You know, she had that kind of approach that was very centered, and that's important when you're acting. You know, sometimes you're losing the light, you got to get a take, and you're working quickly. She was always very consistent in her, you know, approach. It was
cool,
smooth.
Yeah, no, it's really. I'm sure it's pretty cool for whoever is watching this who knows Sammi as the musician, not so much as the athlete, because, of course, I know her, you know her as that. But she was an extremely good athlete.
Yeah. At everything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, baseball, softball. I mean, she could really throw. Rare for a young woman to be able to throw as hard as she did. It really, it was such a blessing to the movie that we didn't have to fake it.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to have a stunt double. I know in the first movie they had a stunt double that was actually a young boy.
No way.
Yeah, who wore a wig that looked like Tatum O'Neal. They don't talk about that. You know, the way actors always go, oh, I did all my own stunts.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it was just a blessing. With
Sammi,
we could just film from all angles. She was a good hitter. I think she's a good basketball player. Kind of good at everything, you know, as you know.
Yeah.
She was just
golf.
kind of good at everything. And then I wasn't surprised when she was making films and stuff. And I was like, yeah, Sammy's just going to be good at whatever she does.
Seriously.
That's how it felt.
I like to think that I nurtured that.
Her the artistic side. Yeah. Well, that's of course.
So you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm also super fascinated in your films, as many people I know are, and a lot of people. And I'm just curious about like what stories you kind of like to tell, just because we got a spectrum of films you've made.
Yeah, you know, I just finished my 18th movie, believe it or not.
Congrats.
Yeah, I was just showing it at Sundance in Berlin. I'm showing it at South by next week. So
I want to see that movie.
Boyhood.
Yes,
yeah, I shot it over
a
12 years. I had already started it.
Yeah.
Way back when.
Yeah.
We were working on Bears. So I started it in 2002, just finished it in October, finished shooting, and so I'm just finishing it. I think filmmaking, it's just like any other art. It's really, I mean, it's about literature or theater, anything. It's just storytelling.
Right.
You know, it's the storytelling medium of our time, I think. Mm-hmm. So there's so many stories in the world. The older I get, the more I do it. I was like, well, of all the stories from your own life, from other sources, and, you know, why this one? You know, what does it take to want to make a movie of a particular story? Right. That's what I'm kind of always thinking about. Right. You know, what is this human impulse to tell stories? You know, right. It's very primal. You know, it goes way back. Right. Campfires 10,000 years ago. You know, that's like, it's just fun to have a technological base, and that's why movies are so fascinating, because it's a pretty elaborate campfire story. Yeah. You know.
When you get an idea for a movie, does it start off as like a character, or is it like a scene and then you just get so juiced by it that you feel like you need to like expand?
Different movies are different things. Maybe it's one character or something, but I think sometimes it's just a tone, like something you're trying to express, just a feeling or something.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I've done movies where I think it's just a feeling. Yeah. Just a vibe. Yeah. Maybe between two people, or between the kind of the atmosphere you want the movie to feel like, you know. They're all different, but that's not a bad place. Some are, you know, you have a more specific story to tell.
Right. I mean, I'm thinking about it now, there's like, you know, there's movies that you feel like you want to watch on like a rainy day, and you wonder why there's like certain movies like that make you feel that way, and I think that's what you're sort of maybe talking about, is that feeling that initial feeling is what the audience feels, and why we return to that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I have kids, you know, 9-year-olds, and I see how they want to hear the same story over. Remember as a kid, you're like, tell me that story again. I get fulfillment from that story. I'm like, there's a lot of stories in the world. Yeah. Why do you want to hear that one again? It's the same way with movies. We're just lucky. I mean, when I was a kid, before, you know, DVRs and, you know, you couldn't just dial up a movie. It came on, Wizard of Oz played once a year on TV. You better watch it. Sunday night at 6:30 or whatever. You know, but now that you can kind of instantaneously watch any movie you want over and over and over, you know, it's different. It's a different track, I think, in our current civilization's mind, that you can kind of get to know a movie that well. It's pretty cool. I run into people who've seen certain of my movies like a lot of times. Oh yeah. And I'm always like, wow, really? But I think it's just the familial, you know, it's like hanging out with family and friends, you know, to see a movie again. That's how I feel. You know, a movie I know and love, it'll always be the same too. You might change, like any work of art, but it stays the same. Right.